Hi, Grant Bloxham from Bstar. Welcome to a demonstration of our GP's Industry Specialisation Package. For those of you that don't know much about Bstar, we provide accountants and advisors with an online advisory business model to help you grow your business advisory services revenue in the SME market. Our advisory business model includes a process titled Value Improvement Benchmarking Advice, some unique products, a patented valuation tool that works out the profit multiple or cap rate when valuing an SME business, and the Knowledge Bank benchmarking platform. Not only do we provide you with a process and products to grow your SME advisory services, we also support you through a network of business development executives. We're in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, United Kingdom, and we're expanding into Singapore next year. A lot of our alliance partners, who are typically accounting firms and advice businesses, not only use our SME materials, tools and programs, the advisory business model, but they want to develop specializations, both industry and niche markets. So we started to investigate a range of opportunities for them to grow their business through industry niche market specialization. Through our research, we're able to identify that the healthcare sector is a growth opportunity for our alliance partners. We have an aging population. They meet the ideal profile of our alliance partners, and they have the capacity to pay for such advisory services. So we decided to customize our SME advisory business model to a range of healthcare specific industry specialization packages, starting with GPs. But we're also going to customize the package to medical specialists, allied health professionals like physios, chiropractors, dentists, etc. So if you have an interest in growing your business in the healthcare sector, you've got existing clients you want to protect and grow, then this package is ideal for your business. What I'm going to do today is show you an advisory process that we've developed to help you engage with not only your existing clients, whether they be a GP, medical specialist, but develop a strategy to promote your specialisation to key centres of influence so you can attract new clients now that you have this specialisation. With all our industry specialisation packages, we don't make them exclusive, but we try and limit the number of trained alliance partners so you have a competitive advantage for your business. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how we make the package available. My presentation or demonstration today is really focused on the GP package. But as I said, we can customize that and are for a range of different allied health professionals, medical specialists, dentists, physios, etc., etc. So what I'm going to show you now is how our alliance partners access the advisory business model, and then I'm going to walk you through the structure of the content so you are able to get a very comprehensive understanding of how this package can help you grow your advisory business, particularly in the healthcare sector. As I said in my introduction, we're a company that provides an online advisory business model. So what you see is our company page website, and in the right-hand corner, there's a little tab called Partner Site. And that's the site that our alliance partners log into to access the advisory business model, in this case, the GP package. And they range, and we're going to walk through this, some research material, marketing and engagement materials, valuation and value gap tools, the Knowledge Bank benchmarking platform that I talked about, and then a range of advisory programs. So what you're going to see today is online. It's branded Your Business. In this case, for this demonstration, we've created a mock-up site called ABC Partners. And this enables you to roll out a range of advisory services, not only to your existing healthcare clients, but to new clients through your promotion of your specialisation to centres of influence. For the demonstration today, what I've prepared is a mind map to show you the structure of the content, so you get a better understanding what's available for you, particularly in this sector, for advising doctors in private practice. Whenever we develop an industry specialisation package, what we like to do is to identify the burning question. What's going to create a competitive advantage for your business particularly in the healthcare sector, because it's a very competitive market. Everybody wants to advise doctors, medical specialists, dentists, etc. So by doing our research, we're able to identify that in the market there's a perception that GP practice, doctors in private practice, have very little value in their practice. There's a lot of personal goodwill, but very little or no practice goodwill. So through our research and discussions with industry consolidators, we were able to identify that they do pay for practice goodwill, but the practice has got to look a certain way. So through this package, we've identified what we think is a unique opportunity for you to have a point of difference in the market by going to your existing clients and new clients through your centres of influence. Say, we can help you retire financially secure by transitioning your business from personal goodwill to practice goodwill. And that's become the mantra of this package. And what I'm going to show you in my demonstration today is the packages that you can implement to your business to help your GP clients, in this case, transition from a practice with no value to a practice with value. And that's a key part of this package. How you do that is the advisory process, the business model that we provide for you. And we're going to go through the content now. The starting point for any of our industry specialisation packages is to provide you with research information. So you get a comprehensive understanding of what's happening in the industry. So on your partner site, the advisory business model, you have a range of research information, starting with a research summary pack. Now, all of this information that I'm going to show you is online. And what it does, it goes through and gives you a very good understanding of what's happening in the industry at the present moment. So before you go out and make contact with existing clients or speak to a new client, we want to make sure that you're across the industry. You've got that thorough knowledge. And what you see on your screen is the summary report that you can access. And it addresses 4 key or critical issues. What a successful GP practice looks like, why it is successful, what are the major risks and opportunities, and what steps can be taken to minimise these risks and maximise opportunities to generate goodwill. So research information is the first component of our GP's industry specialisation package. And we were speaking to a partner in an accounting firm the other day, and they said one of the challenges for our practice is the knowledge sits in my head. And a part of our own succession, I need to transfer that knowledge down to my management team. So part of the research materials you get from Bstar, you get a summary report, which goes for about 6 to 8 pages, a very detailed report. And what we want to do is publish 5 industry articles per quarter. So as we identify issues that we think are important to our alliance partners, people like yourself will put that on your partner site. So again, you're fully informed and you come across as a leading industry expert. Not only do we provide you with reports and articles, we'd like you to join our LinkedIn GPs and medical specialist business advisor group, where we invite keynote speakers through webinars to talk about key issues that's happening in the sector at the present moment. And again, all of this is designed to improve your knowledge and understanding of the industry. Once you've got that understanding, then what we do is we have a range of marketing materials that you can access to now promote your specialisation to existing clients and the centres of influence. So what we do in our marketing materials, you'll see on your screen now, is a flyer, which you can access. Now again, all of this material is branded your business. But what's unique about the marketing material is the reference to that point of difference that I touched on at the start of my presentation, how you can help GPs or medical specialists or dentists retire financially secure by reducing the amount of personal goodwill to practice goodwill. So we've integrated that burning question, that mantra, that key message into all the marketing material that we provide you with. We have a case study that you can access to demonstrate to existing and new clients that you know how to advise and work with GPs. So whether you're doing a meeting with a client, or maybe you've got an opportunity to present at a networking event or an industry event, this is the sort of material that you can access to, again, demonstrate that you have a knowledge of the sector, that you've got an advisory process that can help them with these key issues. So part of the package materials, you get marketing materials, including flyers, case studies. We've created a website text so you can put a specific content page on your website talking about your specialisation. We have presentations that you can brand, promoting your specialisation to centres of influence, to clients. And then what we do as part of your training, we want to make sure that the implementation of this package is successful. So once you've signed on to the package, one of our trained and accredited business development experts will make contact with you and then walk you through a planning process. So we understand what your objectives are. And what you see on your screen is the mind map that we use to help you develop a growth plan for the sector, whether it's GPs, medical specialists, allied health professionals. So we look at your objectives. We try and get an understanding of your client base at the present moment. We want to make sure that we can provide you with the knowledge and training. And then we help you start to customize your packages. So if you've got this specialization, what are the advisory packages that you can offer your healthcare specific clients? What's the offer? What are your fees? What are the different services you can now provide? And then we'll work through that critical issue about implementation. Who's involved in the rollout of this specialisation? And that's critical because we're seeing instances where there's a relationship owned by the tax consultant, and that needs to be transitioned to the specialist in the area. We also then start to get an understanding of who are your key centres of influence. A lot of the people signing up to the package may not have GP clients or medical, and they see this as an opportunity to grow their business, to acquire new clients. So part of our training and support is we say, who do you know? What are the centres of influence that we can leverage off? So it's a very specific and focused marketing plan. And this is where we're seeing significant business development opportunities. A lot of our alliance partners have relationships with the major banks, for example, and each major bank has an industry specialisation team. So this is an opportunity for you to present your new specialisation to banks, to specialist funding providers like Investec, Medfin, to suppliers, to universities. Maybe you can sponsor a graduate program so you identify the future healthcare professionals. So part of the support you get from Bstar, and this is a big component of our packages, whether it's GP, medical specialists, dentists, physios, chiros, we want to make sure the package helps you achieve your financial objectives. So we want to know what your objectives are through the planning process. How will you use the marketing materials? What are the general ledger systems your clients are using? What are the strategies that we can help you with to communicate the specialisation internally and externally? And then we get you to commit to a certain amount of activity. And that's really important because we want to make sure this is successful. So part of the support you get from Bstar is once you've read the research information and you've got your knowledge to where it needs to be, we'll help you from a marketing perspective, and we'll work with your marketing team to then roll out this specialisation. In this case, it's GPs related to existing and new clients. And hopefully through that support, you then get the opportunity to advise your clients and take them through this new advisory process. So what I'd like to do now is show you the advisory materials that you can access to help your GP clients, in this case, retire financially secure by transitioning their business from personal goodwill to practice goodwill. Now, as I said in the business development plan, we recommend that you offer your GP clients 3 packages. So there's some structure around what you offer them. The current practice package, now I'm going to go through each of these in a sec. An improved practice package and a succession practice package. So let's look at what's in the current practice package. The key message there is you want to help your GP clients, in this case, manage their future needs so they can succeed in their current practice. So what materials can you get from Bstar to enhance your current advisory process, particularly in the current practice package phase? So what you get from Bstar in the GP's package is needs review materials. We call them growth and succession planning assessments. So the starting point for any advisory process is for you to better understand your client's needs. In this case, it's a GP client. So you can go online to your advisory business model and you can access both a current and future owner growth and succession planning assessment. Now, what this enables you to do is have a very thorough conversation, in this case with your GP client, about what's keeping them awake at night. So we've customized the needs review materials specifically to the sector. And there's a whole range of questions that you go from starting a business, growing, improving, succession, and estate planning. So on your screen now, you'll see an extract of the growth and succession planning assessment for the current owners. You can see it's a 5-page needs review, but it's quite comprehensive. So what we encourage our alliance partners to do is make contact with their GP clients, or maybe they've got a referral, and arrange a meeting to come out there and have a conversation about their future needs. Or maybe there's an opportunity to talk to a future owner through the work that you do with the universities, or maybe you've got a relationship with the principal doctor in a GP practice, and this is now an opportunity for you to build a relationship with the contracting doctor, the future owner of that business. So again, the needs review is very, very powerful. But what this does, it demonstrates that you understand both their business and their industry, and you're asking questions that are very specific to their key needs. So if you get a referral through your Centres of Influence business development program, and you make contact with a client for the first time, you can have a conversation with them that is very specific to their business and their industry, and that builds trust. So the starting point of the current practice package is to do a needs review. And once you've done that needs review, you've got access to a needs to solutions mind map to help you bridge that gap from the client being aware of their needs to taking action, agreeing to work with you to provide these solutions. And once you've engaged with them and you understand their needs better, we recommend you complete a business value gap analysis using the business value gap calculator that you can access through the industry specialisation packages. Now, why do we recommend you complete a business value gap analysis? Because if you go back to the start of the package, we said there's a perception in the market that there's very little value in a GP business. And what a gap analysis will do is say, what do you think the current value of your practice is? So if they have no value, let's put down the written down value of plant and equipment. A value gap analysis highlights the link between the value of their practice and their future standard of living at retirement. And from our research, we're able to identify that a lot of GPs and medical specialists have very high lifestyle assets, but very low income earning assets. And there is a reliance on the sale of the practice to fund either part or all of their retirement. And this shows them that they have a gap and they need to do something about it if they want to achieve a certain standard of living at retirement. So it's a nice segue into helping them start to focus on business improvement. Now, if you're an advisor watching this demonstration, this is a great entry point into giving advice around wealth and superannuation. So maybe you can't grow the value of the practice to what it needs to be, but we can start on a more balanced approach to wealth management. For those of you that then are interested in learning more about the advisory services or materials you can get from Bstar, you can see it's a nice flow into the improved practice package. We call it creating a disturb. You've shown a GP business owner that they have this gap. Naturally, they'll start to ask questions. Well, how can I improve my practice operations? How can I grow more value in my business? And that's the entry point to the second service that you can offer, the improved practice package. So what I'd like to do now is show you the materials that you can access to help your GP clients, your medical specialist clients, your allied health clients improve their practice operation. And this is normally done with the support of their practice manager. So what materials do you get from Bstar to help your, in this case, your GP clients improve their practice operations? So there's a couple of different ways you can do that. You can start off by looking at their qualitative risks. And what we've got available is a risk and value driver assessment. It's a comprehensive questionnaire that we've developed for you to sit down with your GP clients and their practice manager and go through a whole lot of different ways that they can improve their practice operation by looking at their risks. So it starts off by going through a range of questions on their industry. And then it starts to get to more specific questions about, for example, their external environment. Is their local population growing? Where is their practice located? What is the age profile of their population? What is the gender profile of their client base? Now, these are critical questions that you need to ask your GPs if they are not in a position to grow their profit and cash flow. So there are other ways that they can grow their practice. For example, are there opportunities to improve their average fee? Do they need to expand their practice operations? Can they introduce a fee-for-service patient services model? So what we've developed for you, if you want to help your GP clients grow and improve their practice operations, now that they understand that they have this value gap, is a questionnaire that really drills down and identifies the characteristics of, in this case, a successful GP practice. We call it a risk and value driver assessment. When we do and support you to do presentations to centres of influence like banks and specialist funding providers, and you show them this material, it's the way that they assess risk from a funding perspective. So obviously they see you as somebody that you can provide valuation services to. Or maybe you've got a multi-owner GP practice, and part of their succession plan is they need to have a shared vision. And this is the sort of material that you can sit down with over a period of time and create that vision with your multi-owner GP practices. So it's quite a comprehensive questionnaire. But what we've started to do is integrate into this questionnaire the sorts of matters and value drivers the industry consolidators are looking at. So you're starting to drill down and say, what are the key things that I need to do to create value in my practice? And what sort of systems do I need to have? Do I need to enhance that? Do I need to have an online patient booking system? So part of the materials, the improvement materials that you get from Bstar is a qualitative risk and value driver assessment. That's one way that you can help your clients improve their practice and start to create value in their practice. The other materials that you get from Bstar is benchmarking information. And there's two categories of benchmarking information that we can provide you: financial and industry. The starting point is you can go to your partner site and we can help you create what we call a zero mapping. So you can bring data directly in from your client's zero system, in this case, to populate the knowledge bank, which is the benchmarking portal that we provide you. So part of the support you get from Bstar is a industry chart of accounts. In this case, it's Xero, but we can help you with others that basically standardize the information that you can collect. And what you see on your screen is the integration into our knowledge bank, which is the benchmarking portal or platform that you can access to benchmark your GPs, clients' businesses to others in their industry. And you can see here how we've developed a comprehensive chart of accounts that drills down to the different income classes, the expenses, etc., etc. So once you've set up your zero mapping in this case, what it enables you to do is bring data directly from your client's general ledger system into the knowledge bank benchmarking system that our alliance partners use to benchmark their GPs, their medical specialists, their dentist clients. So one of the key things we want to do is make sure the data is integrated. So you're seeing a demonstration on your screen now, the knowledge bank. Once you've set up your client's chart of accounts and the mapping functionality, it'll just populate the data automatically. And that's one of the special features of this package. The other important thing about the benchmarking information that you get access to through Bstar is the data entry policy. Now, I want to spend a little bit of time on this because it's a critical part of what we provide you. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is the quality of our benchmarking information. Even though you can bring it directly in from a general ledger system, we want to make sure the data's cleansed. The primary source of our benchmarking information that our alliance partners use come from that patented valuation tool. And they cleanse that data because they've got to adjust the data for owners' salaries, etc., etc. The GP industry or the sector is no different. So when we've put together the benchmarking information, we've made sure that there's a comprehensive data entry policy. Now, what you see on your screen, an example of how we cleanse that data. And this is a unique opportunity for your business, and I'll explain why. So you can see here an example one is an owner-operator GP practice. The data that the accounting firm or the advice business has entered into their financial accounts shows gross patient fees of 400 grand, a gross profit of 400 and a net profit of 295,000. Now, the data that the same accountant or advisor would enter into the knowledge bank is very different. And this is one of the unique features of what you can access through this package. They would enter in the gross patient fees, but they would then enter a notional salary. In this case, it's 60 cents of patient fees. They would move medical supplies from other costs into a cost of sale. So the gross profit for benchmarking is 150, and the net profit in our knowledge bank is not 295, it's 55. And this is critical because what we're doing is we're treating the practice as a business. And we're saying at what gross patient fee amount is this practice profitable? Now, the industry consolidators have got this down pat. They know this information. But this is a unique opportunity for you. If you look at the way you determine value, in this case, practice value, it's sustainable earnings by a cap rate or profit multiple. So what you can now get access to is very cleansed data that works out the sustainable earnings of a GP business. And once you know that amount, you can then equate it back to the gross patient fees. And we're starting to see that data come through. And that's very, very powerful. So one of the things that you've got access to and we talk to people about is a data entry policy. So you get access to the latest, most accurate, cleansed financial data, but it's treated as a business. Not only can you get access to financial benchmarks, but you can get access to industry performance benchmarks. And currently we're finalising the development of a more specific industry performance benchmarking reporting system, where not only can you look at the top 18 key performance indicators, but you can then drill down to very specific benchmarks that drive profitability, productivity, and performance, in this case into a GP practice. In the dental practice, we spend a lot of time analysing the productivity of the dental services team, the hygienists, the assistants, the therapists, because that's where the real productivity and performance come from. So that frees up time for the dental practitioners to focus on those high-end services. So part of the improvement materials you get from Bstar is a risk and value driver assessment that looks at those qualitative value drivers, the ability to integrate to general ledger systems like Xero, a data entry policy that treats the GP practice as a business, and then both financial and industry performance benchmarks. And by helping your GP clients improve their practice operations by looking at both the profitability, the cash flow, the productivity, and the qualitative value drivers, then you can start to help them realize the value that they're starting to create. And that's the major breakthrough for our alliance partners. By following this structure, from understanding their needs to helping them improve their practice operations, you can then start to show them how they can realize the value through their succession practice package. So we have a range of advisory programs that you can access to help your GP clients meet all their future growth, improvement, valuation, succession, and asset protection aspirations. One of the things that you can access under the succession practice package is a practice performance program, and I'd like to show you that. So let's assume that one of your key needs of your GP clients in this case is to attract and retain high quality contracting GPs. One of the things that the industry consolidators look for is a minimum number of GPs, if there's value, somewhere between 4 and 5. So to attract and retain good quality contracting GPs, what you can do under the succession practice package is show them a practice performance program. In this case, the contracting GP is Dr. Ferguson. To retain Dr. Ferguson, not only do we have to pay a percentage of our patient fees to him as a remuneration, 55 or 60 cents, but what we want to do is offer him a practice profit share arrangement where Dr. Ferguson gets a percentage of our practice profits based on above budget performance. Our research again identified a lot of young GPs don't want to become practice owners. But to attract high quality GPs, contracting GPs, you've got to offer more than your competitors. So if your client's key need is retaining and attracting contracting GPs, this is the sort of stuff you can now provide them with. The way the practice performance program works is you identify and calculate the profit share pool. In this case, for Dr. Ferguson, it's 75,000. Now remember, profit share payments are only paid from above budget profit. Then you set your criteria. In this case, quantitative criteria around gross patient fees, productivity. Now, where do you get this information? You get it from that industry-specific benchmarking. But also there's qualitative criteria. You want to maintain the quality of healthcare. You want to make sure they're sharing clinical services. Then you weight that criteria to the overall practice or business objectives, and it's got to add up to 100. And then you measure those criteria. It's quite simple from a quantitative perspective. You look at the practice management systems and you agree a score. For the qualitative measures, you get the contracting doctor to self-assess themselves, then the owner or principal doctors assess it and they agree a score. And depending on what score they get out of 100, depends on their profit or bonus pool payment. In this case, because Dr. Ferguson got 89, they sit in that band where they get 75% of their bonus pool. So this is a demonstration of some of the innovative advisory programs that you can access to help your GP clients in this case, but the same rules of thumb apply whether it's a GP, a medical specialist, dental, physio, chiro, to attract and retain quality doctors. You also get access to a valuation report, both a basic, informal, and formal. You can go online and enter your GP clients into our valuation tool, that painted valuation tool that I mentioned, that works out a profit multiple that is comparable to what GP practices are buying and selling for on the open market. You can also access valuation and buy-sell benchmarking information. But again, the data is cleansed because the practice has been treated as a business. And the way that you create value is sustainable earnings by a cap rate. In summary, what we've shown you now is a comprehensive package for you to grow your advisory business in the GP sector. For those of you that are interested in learning more about the package, we encourage you to complete a GP's business development plan with Bstar to learn more about how you can apply this package to your existing clients and centres of influence, not only with GPs, but with all allied health professionals, whether they be medical specialists, dentists, chiropractors, physios. I thank you for your interest in our demonstration, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.